Welcome to the Pool Chasers podcast. I'm your host, Greg Villafania, joined by my co-host, Justin, the bearded plumber Bowie.
Thank you very much.
Today we have Monica Archibald, District Sales Manager at Hayward Pool Products in the house.
Hello. What a fancy name.
I pulled it off of LinkedIn. Are you proud of me?
I am proud. You did research.
I did.
That's
I did.
Amazing.
And I was super excited to see that you went to USC.
I did.
Yeah. Are you a USC fan as well?
Well, I don't really follow their football, and I don't think that it's ever really done so great. So,
Well, this has been fun. I'm just kidding.
Isn't that the Trojans?
No, but if
Yeah.
it's a church. Yeah. I mean, if I had to root for somebody, it would be USC. So,
Fair.
but the problem I have, and I'll just do a little tidbit, is the USC and UCLA. So USC, I went there. So of course, my loyalty is there. But my dad had a heart transplant at UCLA. So I feel that there's a pull, I feel like they did an amazing job, but that's the hospital side. It's not education.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the other side of things, I say yes on the USC.
So I just met you probably like maybe a year ago, but you two have known each other for quite a while, right?
We have indeed.
Yeah.
We have indeed.
Yes. Let me see. When's the first time? I think probably, was it Pace? Or was it before that?
I'm sure we had met before that, but yeah, probably at Pace is when we started, really
Chatting.
connecting more. Yeah.
Was it BB or AB?
BB or AV?
Before beard or after beard?
Oh, it's definitely after beard. I've never seen BB before.
Yeah. Not a lot of people have, we have a picture here of me, BB.
Really?
When I was.
You probably couldn't guess.
I was.
If you saw it, I bet you wouldn't guess it. I think it's hanging out there, right?
Yeah.
On that wall.
I'll have to look at it.
You'll have to see it.
Yeah.
I was 20. I was like 20 years old, shirtless in a ditch. I was all of 140 pounds.
So
no beard, no mustache.
Oh my gosh, naked.
Basically.
What do you think would happen to this guy if he shaved his beard?
I would feel like underneath there, it's like a box turtle look or something.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, if he was to get rid of it, it would be like you said, a completely different person. I don't think anybody would recognize him. That's his identity right there, hanging from his face.
I could not imagine. I mean, just handling changing the Instagram handle
would suck.
That would be a headache. I don't even know how we do that.
You know what's good about it though? If anything goes wrong, it's easy for me to rebrand. Like if we just have to burn everything down and start over, won't even know.
You wouldn't even need plastic surgery.
Yeah, that's right.
Just
don't. Just shave.
Yeah.
Should I be scared if you come in here one day just completely shave?
Hey, is everything okay?
Like, well, that's how this went down. It's all over.
So we're closing up shop.
Yeah, closing up shop.
But it is like you said, I look back at pictures of myself and like my chin looks super small without a beard. So like I think if I shaved it, I would feel like weird, like a box turtle.
Yeah.
There's like a little box turtle chin.
Dude, your kid would trip
Like,
out.
look at that.
That's what I was going to say.
Look, that's it. Jen probably divorced me.
I was going to say, have you ever seen those videos though? That the dad
panic.
shaves and the kid starts crying immediately because it's like he doesn't even recognize his dad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a completely different look. I mean, that's a pretty big beard you got there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how did you guys meet? When?
Shoot. I've only been actually in this territory. I've been with Hayward for 13 years, but I've only been in this territory for going on 7. So not longer than, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So it hasn't been terribly long. Probably, I would say it was either at Pace or at one of the events or one of our events or something that we try to do to, have some closeness. We'll do, we had a summit. Well, we have summits that I'll talk about in a little bit, but we had one locally that we try to get Paramount people that don't buy Hayward in so they can kind of see our facility on 83rd and Buckeye. So you were invited to something like that. So
I remember missing that one.
Yeah. Great job.
Not on purpose.
Good job.
Not on purpose. I was just a little out of the fold, but
it's like we try to do things like that to create intimacy, have people be able to have some relationships with senior leadership, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure it was one of those type of things that we've crossed paths.
It's funny when I was talking to, I didn't know that you came from California, and I was talking to Brandon from Poolvolution, like on Instagram. Shout out Brandon. And I guess all those guys know you, right? From back over there.
Yeah.
Like Ralph too. Ralph, Brandon,
and not Roger. Robert Casper.
Oh, okay.
That used to run with those guys too. So that's a funny story because I was somewhere. I don't remember where we were, but all those guys, I mean, they all went off to do their own thing now, but all those guys were all together. They were super tight. They came, some of them came from a retail environment or whatever. And I saw him at some event. It was a golf event or something. And I was talking to Robert, and Robert's like, I'm a sleeper. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? He's like, nobody ever calls on me, but I do a lot of business. And I was like, all right, well, let me talk to you. Let's talk about programs, products, whatever. And so I gave him my number and all that stuff. And I'm in the middle of Costco, like on a Saturday at like 3:00 or something, and the phone rings and I answer. He's like, oh, you answered. I go, yeah. It's like, you called. And he's like, oh, I just wanted to ask you some questions on some Hayward stuff. I'm like, sure. So I answered him. From that point on, he's like, I knew that you would be a good rep. And I was like, well, if I'm able to answer, I'll answer, because out here especially, I feel like you're in 115-degree heat. You're standing in front of a unit that's not doing what you're asking it to do. And you're going down the list and nobody's answering. You got me at the last one. So I was like, okay, if I can help you, I'll help you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that came about. And so Robert and Ralph and Brandon, all those guys were actually all globbed to each other. So I got to know them all one after another. But
nice.
Yeah, they're cool guys.
That's awesome. So you did the same thing in California?
Yep. But in California, it's a little different that everybody had a territory. I was actually hired to be more marketing because prior to working, I've probably been in the pool industry since, I don't know, it's probably going on 24 years now.
Wow.
But in 2001, back to school stuff, in 2001, I was working at Xerox and moving from Orange County to Temecula. And I remember I'm like, I'm going to find a job while I go to grad school. So I went to a couple interviews and stuff. And one of them was Oric, which is a company out of Temecula. They do
vacuum cleaners.
No,
oh.
No, not the door-to-door vacuum cleaner girl. No.
All right.
This was my first job in the pool industry. They used to, they tabletize tablets. So they've got Clearview tablets. They've got Weirs, not Weirs, like water features. They've got swimming pool accessories, stuff like that. So I interviewed with them and they said, we're looking for a customer service person. I said, sure, I have history in customer service. So I said, but I only could give you 3 years because I'm going to grad school. And when I'm done, I'm going to get into my profession, which was going to be, psychology and whatever. So anyway, 8 years later, I was still there. And now 24 years later, I'm still in the industry. So when I was with Hayward, I went from that company, then I worked at Pool Electrical Products, and I was their director of marketing and their inside sales manager. And so when I left there to go to Hayward, everybody that was already under Fred Mano at the time, they all had their own territories. So he had me basically overlap all the territories and help people with marketing because Hayward has co-op programs and things like that. Help people with like if they're wanting to do trainings and things like that. So me and 2 of the other guys would go around from LA to San Diego to Palm Springs, Orange County, and we would do like little 45-minute trainings on new products. I would talk to everybody's customer that would want to listen to marketing and how to take advantage of marketing so you have less out of your pocket. So if Hayward puts up a buck, they put up a buck. So basically it's 50-50 split. Up to a certain dollar amount. So I would go around and tell these people about things that the sales reps probably didn't have enough time to dive into, or they didn't care enough to even have that conversation. So I never had my own territory. If I developed a relationship out there and they liked me, then I could take them on as a sales rep, but that wasn't my main goal there. But it is my main goal when I came out here.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that about the co-op. I didn't know that was a thing. And I was talking to Mike from Sun State.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you guys co-opt on their truck wraps?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that a thing on every brand or?
It depends. You know what I tell people when
Pentair does it.
They do,
Do they?
yeah. Most of them, Pentair, Jandy. I don't know about like Waterway or anybody else's, but I always tell people it's like, if you love Hossa, like if you buy a bunch of Hossa stuff, like why not ask them, do you have a program? Do you have benefits? Do you have that? Because you're doing it anyway. So when I tell people, when I'm doing a tabletop and somebody comes in and they're like, oh, no, I don't like Hayward. I'm like, you don't even realize how many times you've swapped something like for like just because it's easier. And I said, you could do 3 pieces of equipment and get some sort of rewards from us. It's like, don't say no to opportunity where you could have money that you could use for something else instead of like with co-op, instead of putting your money out of your pocket and saying, hey, I'm going to rep my company. I'm going to wrap this truck and make it say, blah, blah, pool company. Why not have Hayward on the side and make it so you have, somewhat paid for.
I just wish they would do it cooler sometimes, like the pool companies, because sometimes it'll be like a bunch of pumps and stuff. Like, why not make it look like a NASCAR or a trophy truck? The way that they put
I'm sure Hayward would love that huge H on the front.
Dude, that'd be sick. Somebody do it. That'd be rad. I was gonna say, do you like that challenge when somebody's like, "Don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this shit. I don't like Hayward." Do you?
I do. Well, my first question is, how long has it been since you used it? Because they're going to talk to me about an EcoStar that was 12 years ago. It's like, come on, do you still have your phone from 12 years ago? Like, things change, things advance.
You turn into Johnny Cochran. All right, let's do this.
I know. I get up on my step stool and start talking to everybody. No, but my main thing is I want to know where their starting point is. Because if it's either when I'd have IPSA meetings and when people would have them, I would go to them, and I would always, in the beginning, because the EcoStar was such a big, egg on our face, let's say, I would say, okay, I get it. You guys sold 20 EcoStars, you got 24 back. We get it. Like, I want to rest and put that aside, and let's see what has Hayward done from here forward. How did they back you up when you did have an EcoStar problem? Because we were covering pumps that were 5, 6, 7 years out of warranty because we knew it was an issue. So for us, it's like, how did we respond? It wasn't that, yes, we had failures, but what happened after that? How's the 950 now? How's the 900 now? How's the OmniLogic? How does everything talk to each other? I mean, we even have benefits where you can use the Pentair and the Jandy lights with our automation. You could use Pentair pumps with our automation with a converter board. So we've tried to, play well with others and listen to the industry and say, what do you want? And so when we do, Hayward always does as a voice of the customer. It's a VOC. They'll talk to homeowners. They'll talk to pool guys, builders, and they'll say, what do you need? And a lot of our products, a lot of our technologies come from that peer group that says, we want something that's easy. We want something that does fun stuff. We want whatever it is. And they go back to their place, their engineering heads, and try to make it happen.
I respect that. I think people forget that is like a big part of the puzzle, right? Is that customer service.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you can go somewhere else, but, we're going to answer our phones. We're going to help you figure this out because things aren't perfect. And when it fails, if it does, like, we're going to be here to help you. I mean, it's the same with, JMax, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get when you use us. Every other plumber, they might not even be in this state anymore. Who knows?
Exactly. I always talk about the service after the sale. Like, when I'm going to meet with somebody, especially if somebody's resistive, I'm going to explain to them everything we have. And there's at least 1 or 2 things that I see an eyebrow raise because I know that the other people don't have it. So when I talk about the heat pump or I talk about, whatever the AOP system or something like that, they're like, oh, okay, because I say at minimum, at least see who you're competing with. Because if you're out there and you know nothing about your competition, you don't know who's come before and after that builder. If they come in there and I've just told them, hey, why don't you put an XL pump on this job? You give them a 4-year warranty. And you're offering a commercial application in this backyard and giving them an extra year. What do you think is going to happen to the person that came before or after? Or not before, but after? It'll be, do you have a pump that has a 4-year warranty? The question's going to be asked. So why not know what Hayward has to offer so you can, if you don't want to go Hayward, that's awesome, but you can at least know what you're combating against.
I'll consider it. I'm just kidding.
What I was going to say earlier was the same, like the service after the sale type thing. I said, I could sit in front of you and tell you all the greatest things that we have, and you're going to say you're a salesperson. You have to say that. And and I'll even say, hey, if such and such from this company was sitting right here, I'd say the same exact thing because what I'm telling you is what I know from understanding the competition and understanding what we do or don't do for that matter. But I say you will see the proof in the pudding if the service after the sale from our tech service guys and the way that they're out in the field and what you're going to get from me as having me as your salesperson. So I don't hard sell. And it's because just like anybody else, like if somebody came to you and says, oh, this bottle of water is the best, and you try it and you're like, I don't think it's the best. You were sold that bill of goods versus you making the decision that you want this. So when you say you want that bottle of water, you're like, this is amazing. But if I tell you any little thing left to right of what I said, you're like, nah, she said, yeah, it's not true.
She's good. She's good.
So it's hard to sell to me, but Justin, I feel like you're so good with giving people a chance and like trying something new. Or maybe it's because I am kind of a marketer at heart where I don't like them. I want them to walk away and then I'll be like,
that's not bad.
Check it out.
Yeah.
See what's up. Yeah.
I'm like you too, though. I'm pessimistic from the get. If somebody's telling me, I'm like, oh, too good to be true. I'm already, and I feel like maybe that's why I have that sense, because I don't want anybody to try to tell me I need new windows in my house. Like I want the windows to be blown out. And then I go, okay, you know what? Maybe I do need windows on that house. You know, it's crazy. I'm the same way.
I always want to take their money somehow. You know, if you're like selling something to me, like instead of me giving you money, I want to like somehow sell you something. Like, no, dude, how about this printer over here? You need an Airstream? Like, let's hook you up. We have one for sale, by the way. I'm just kidding. I am curious. I don't want to forget. What do you think are the big differences between the California market and the Arizona?
The margins out here are so slim. Like if you look across the Sun Belt, California, Texas, Florida, they're all making, you know, good money from pool cleaning to building to all that stuff. Here is like a race to the bottom.
I always hear that.
That's
Why
the
is
truth,
that?
man?
I don't know what it is.
I know what it is.
Tell
I
me.
can't say it on here. I just think
You can't say it on
you know what I think? Without using names, I think there's too many people in this industry who aren't business-minded people running businesses, dude. I think that's the problem. I think the barrier to entries are too low here. I think anybody can get in here and do it. And I think people, their knee-jerk reaction to like not getting what they want is to just lower their price, be the cheapest guy. And
it sucks that it's had such a trickle effect here. You know what I mean? Because it must have happened where everybody just conformed to it, whereas these states are like, screw that.
Yeah.
Maybe because, I mean, California, the cost of living is so high that it's like, dude, we can't. Like, we're not going to be able to pay our mortgage or whatever. But
Well, I remember when the whole internet first started, everybody was like, oh my gosh, you know, and there was no rules. There was no, you know, map pricing or any of that stuff. You know, people were just dumping the price, you know, just whatever, just to get, you know, acquire that business. And I had some people, I was in Orange County at the time. I had some people that were just coming in to complain and everything. And one guy comes in, he says, I sell myself. He says, good luck getting Jeff Bezos to call you. You know, like he's like, I sell myself in the situation where if you need anything, I'm here every week. I'm this price because I know this stuff and I know the knowledge. So they sell themselves on them versus selling on price. And so that's what a lot of people, if they understand that or they have any history of something going wrong, like if you're going to buy a heater and it's like, okay, it says it's Hayward, but really it's a knockoff and it's not working. Well, now you've spent what, you know, $3,000 on something that doesn't work. And now you're going to have to spend more money either fixing it or getting something else. So I think people were burned enough to realize that there's value out there. But here it seems like what, like Justin was saying a little bit is if they're not, the first thing they want to pull is price down.
Yeah.
Versus explaining to them why they might be XYZ more.
it's like, we'll pay the guys twice as much, but
I really think it's just, we just got unlucky with some of the major industry leaders here and like who they are as people, man. I think that's really what it is.
And you guys have to combat that a bunch. I mean, you're not cheapest, right?
It's funny. So it's funny you say that. So, a lot of people call us or they don't call us because they think that, but we plumb for one of the most price aggressive builders in the valley.
That's true. I know who you speak of.
Yeah. So we're not, it's not necessarily that were more expensive blanket wise, but typically the projects we work on are more expensive. And like a lot of people will only call us once they get that big job and they're like, hey, can you bid this? I'm like, whoa, I've never paid this much for plumbing. It's like, well, you're only calling us because you've never done a job this big.
Oh, I see.
You know, and it goes down to options, you know, like we're just as aggressive on pricing as XYZ Plumbing and everybody else. It's just how you option your pools, you know? So, but yeah, it's funny. We get that a lot. They're like, I forget, we built a pool for AJ Grucky.
Oh yeah, his house.
Yeah. And I'll never forget, I'm talking to AJ one day and he goes, you know, I used you guys, you know, I know you're more expensive than the other company was going to use. And I'm like looking at him and he doesn't know about this. He might listen to this and go, that's the first time. And he's like, you're more expensive. We're not fucking more expensive than them. Well, I know who that person is. I know how much they charge. We're not. Like the perception is that we are. But it was like, dude, it felt like almost like, you know, weird.
I don't see how anybody would even bat an eye because all he does all day is just solve problems. Like, I feel like everywhere we go, it's like even more than plumbing. I'm like, I'm just waiting for someone to be like, how do we build this pool?
Yeah.
Like every step, how do we do it?
Yeah.
And he would know how to do it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like you're getting way more than just, you know, scheduling a date and time for a crew to come out and plumb a pool. You're getting like the full package where if something does go wrong, I mean, shit, what was it a week or two ago? You were up somewhere in the middle of the night checking up on a pool.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're checking it, but that's like all the time. It's like he doesn't have maybe like an ego or something like that. And it's rubbed off on me where it's like, dude, it's just do whatever it takes.
Part of the job.
Yeah, whatever it takes. If this has to be done, there's some high moments where it's like really fun and you're not outside sweating your ass off. But most of the time, you're just whatever you got to do to get this pool in shape. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you said, you know, it's like, you know, it's not just about like selling somebody on your product. It's like the support. And that's what we really are. Like we're our own worst critics. Like you should see when something internally, like we have our meetings every week and we're reviewing what's going on. And when something goes bad, like nobody will be harder on ourselves than ourselves. So it's like, you're really hiring us to be critics of our own work and support you. And I think that's what you pay for.
Oh, and that's, I mean, and the back to the pool stuff, it's kind of like, well, you know, a pump's going to pump, a filter's going to filter.
Right.
Like it's all doing the same thing.
Right.
What else do you get? Besides you get a couple extras here and there. But if you look at their breadth of line next to our competition, it's pretty much the same except for a onesie twosie kind of things. But what happens after? That's the question. And that's where I think that somebody that has experienced something less than, they think that's normal until they move or shift and they're like, oh, no, I didn't know that, blah, 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 you know? And then they're impressed by that or, you know, is where the relationship part of everything kind of comes into play.
And Hayward definitely doesn't play around with support. Remember that job we went to last week? There was the whole fleet of Hayward individuals on that job.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people and it was
a sea of Hayward shirts.
Yeah, I heard about that. They asked her, are you there? I said, no, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not there. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like an issue with a heater. I'm not kidding you. There was probably 8 Hayward people there.
Yeah.
I went back to the car and I just kept seeing more Hayward people. I'm like, hell's going on here? I'm like, is this a bigger problem than I know?
No, I mean, I think if you got salespeople there, you got tech people there. But the big thing is that we'd like to also know if it is a problem, because if something's done a certain way or we realize, oh, you know what, we said we could do it this way, but it seems like this is an issue. We always want to know, and it might stem from the EcoStar days, who knows? But we want to know to be more proactive than reactive. So if we know there's going to be something that's consistently going to have an issue, we'd like to see it and pull it and understand it and go back to our, engineers. There's, obviously there's people on the lines back east that will go in and review this stuff and try it and try to recreate it to see if it's something bigger than, what we think. But
yeah.
What I've learned at being at JMax too is when I was doing pool service, you would get mad at the equipment and I didn't know enough to know that it probably had very little to do with the equipment. It had more to do with the plumbing and the way that the pool was built.
Yeah.
You don't really think about those things, but it's like, dude, it's probably having priming issues because of something wasn't, done right.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of sucks because you're getting the brunt of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, this thing's a piece of shit. It never works.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like, well,
And that's what
show me the pool it's doing that on.
You're always
Yeah.
probably guilty before proving it.
Oh,
like,
yeah. And the thing too is like, we'll always falter on the side of the customer. Because we want to make sure we're covered. We don't want a homeowner to be telling this person, oh, you sold me this and it's crappy, blah, blah, blah. So for us, we'll send a warranty station out there. We'll have to take a look at it. But if it's user error or installation error, we'll give you one. Maybe we'll even give you two. But we make sure that we go back to that person or whoever it was, whether it's an individual or a builder or something, and say, hey, A, B, and C wasn't done this way. So we hope that moving forward, it doesn't become a chore, because the biggest problem that I see is if I'm taking a builder that has no experience with Hayward, and like I said, a pump is a pump, a filter is a filter, but there's nuances, obviously, between our automation versus their automation. If they don't feel 100% comfortable with it, it's going to be hard for them to sell. It's going to be hard for them to explain. It's going to be hard for them to get behind it and say, this is awesome. This is great, because it's not, to them at that moment, it's not user friendly. So it's easier for them to backtrack and say, forget it, guys. We're just going to stick with what we have, because it's so easy for me to pick up a phone when somebody's in front of that thing and say, press this 3 times, press this 4 times, and it should be good. And it is. So the getting someone to like Hayward, understand what we offer is one thing. Then the work really begins is understanding how, who's going to be out there on the first job. We always say with automation, because that's probably the most complicated thing, that we want white glove service. We want one of our techs to be out there. They're not going to install the thing for you, but you put it up on the wall. You run your electrical, you run, your temp sensors, your lights, your all that stuff. You're ready for programming. You call us, give us enough advance notice. We'll get the guy out there to do hands-on training with you. And I've done that with builders that they have multiple people that do their startup. So I might have done it 5 to 7 times, not me personally, but our tech people, they'll go out there, our district tech managers, and they might walk them through that just to explain to them, this is how easy it is. You're just answering questions, just different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
So the nice part about our Omni is from the smallest Omni hub all the way to the flagship, programming is exactly the same. You're basically just picking a box that's going to work best for that pool. And, programming, all of the home automation stuff, all your iWatch stuff, all the Alexa stuff, all that's the same. It's just, what do you need that pool to be able to control? What equipment do you have on it? So.
You know what people should do, and I'm surprised I don't see it more, is when people are coming out, Hayward's coming out to do that stuff with them, they should really figure out how to video the entire thing with their phone or something.
Some people do.
Because, that stuff is kind of hard to remember every little step. But man, if you could document that to give to your team and just keep on file, that'd be pretty awesome.
There's a lot of people that will do that. Like we'll even have our training classes and they'll video the little segments of time that, what they're doing. Because just like you said, if you don't do it every day, you're going to forget. You do it every week is a different story. You got a startup company that's all dedicated to Hayward. They could probably do that with their eyes closed. But if you have that gap of time in between, they're like, oh man, I forgot how to go in and do this. And so, but we also have virtual videos since 2020. We have videoed for training purposes. Every video that you could think of on the Omni, our new TrackVac, our microchannel heat pump, all that stuff, it's all available. So I always try to tell people, go to this link, and you can download everything they basically just log in, put their email address, accept the terms, and it does not password protected. Anybody can go in there and look at any video and say, tomorrow I'm going to do an upgrade kit. I'm going to watch this video, make sure I know what to do. So they can do it that following day with ease.
That's awesome. What does a virtual mean? Like, is it like a regular video or is it like VR style?
Oh, yeah, no, it's a regular video. So basically what it is that you have somebody back east that's videoing themselves. So you have a live class.
Oh, wow.
So people are on at the moment. They're watching the class. They're asking questions at the time. And then we video it and repost it. So you're basically watching a live training event But yeah, not VR. It would be awesome if it was VR though, if you had the equipment.
Yeah, totally. I think the glasses are huge too. Since we're talking about this, we talked about the Meta glasses. I think on last episode, but being able to just like video what you're seeing and communicating with like a rep or something, I think that'd be huge. I know you can do like live Instagram through the glasses, so you could like walk and not have your phone out all weird,
right?
But you could probably do like FaceTime calls and stuff like that too.
Oh man, our tech service, our DTMs, they probably FaceTime 1,000 times a month. It's crazy because it's the easiest way I've done it too. When somebody's walking me through, I'm like, let me see what you're looking at, because it just doesn't make any sense. And it's like, oh no, it's this button or whatever. I mean, just the phone stuff alone is just like leaps and bounds.
Life changing.
Yeah. Like I remember back in the day when we would be on the phone, when nobody had any, like couldn't take pictures or anything. They're trying to explain like the doodad that does this. And I'm like, oh my, I don't even know.
They're calling the pump, the filter, the skimmers, the pump.
Yeah, exactly. So
this pump's loud. The lid won't come off.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah.
I was thinking it would be nice if manufacturers could somehow like slow down in rolling out new products and just focus on making the products they have the best they can be. Do you see that as a possibility in the future?
So this is the thing. I agree with you 1,000%. I want to, when I first got hired, I was talking to the trainer over there and I go, tell me what your tried and true stuff is, because that's what I want to sell. But unfortunately, what happens is everybody wants to be the first, right? The first to come out with this, that, the other. Everybody's got this want for having the new shiny thing. So I think that ends up probably having an overall issue, because you're so quick and you want to be the first to do it. Then you don't get a chance to really alpha and beta the crap out of it to say, okay, you know what? You tested that back east in this temperature. But here in Arizona, it doesn't work out that way. So then you have all these failures that end up happening where you're just like, oh man, if we would have just had a little bit more time. So it's a catch-22. Like I said, I 1,000% agree, because it would be wonderful to be able to say everything in our arsenal works at 1,000% and you're not going to have any issues. But to your demise, you might be the person that has manual valves and time clocks still, because of the technology side of things that is advancing so much. You remember back in the day in the pool industry, you could probably not go to like 6 or 7 different product or expos, and it's exactly the same. You see the same people, they have the same stuff. It's not like that. Like the last 5 to 7 years, everybody's got, I got this now. I got this now. You could use your phone for this. You got to do this. So it's kind of like one of those things that if you're not adapting and changing, you're dying. So I think that that's why we see what we see. And things just don't have the longevity that they used to in general. So it's a culmination of a lot of things, but
it's crazy. I wish I'd see cooler pools to go along with all that innovation, because everything still seems the same to me. But
yeah.
I don't know, except for some of the stuff that we see that I can't talk about.
But you guys,
it's pretty crazy. But
that's the thing, is it's like if you got the cookie cutter companies out there, it's like, what do you really need? I mean, you need to be able to have it, get on your phone, turn on some lights, not a big deal. But we also want to be the ones that are in those crazy backyards, those water park backyards, those hotels that are out there. We want to have that dog in the race too. So we have to keep up with the times.
Yeah, but I mean, even some of those like crazy commercial sump pumps, those aren't even like from the pool industry, are they?
No, you're talking about those ones that built us?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just large scale industrial stuff.
Yeah. Is there a lot of stuff that's outside of the pool industry for big stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, when you get up into like the multi-part pumps, where you're buying the strainer and the motor separately, all that stuff is like really from like mining, water, processing and stuff like that. But it's adapted. I mean, at that point, you're just buying, a pump, and it doesn't know that the application is a pool. It could be in a mine, and it would think it's the same thing. It's definitely a totally different. I mean, some of those pumps, some of those applications don't even have strainers, so like the pool industry, you add a strainer to the front of it. Now it can be on a pool, and
Yeah, some of those pumps, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like the one way
They're
out
cool.
in Mesa.
Radiance.
Yeah.
Yeah. The coolest one I ever did when I started JMax, we didn't do a lot of commercial where I came from. The company before, not a lot, we did, but not a lot, was a Berkeley. And it was those pumps, they don't have any suction lift. You know, they have to be in a flooded application. So it was down in a vault and it ran this crazy like castle slide at this residential house in PV. So we installed it, had 12-inch suction, 10-inch return. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
But that pump was like straight out of like a mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, one of these, now that you finally have me on, maybe next time we can have our commercial people, because that really falls a lot in your realm, because we do have the pump and strainer separator. You know, we have a lot of those things, and we have the flow control side with the ginormous, you know, valves and stuff. So it might be good to, you know, explain our breatha line from soup to nuts, so you guys have a chance to or at least we can expose it to everyone that listens to you guys, that, you know, it's not just all pool related, and we do work on other sections of the market.
I'm stoked about the new valves. I saw they brought us one of the new 3-ways.
Yeah.
I do have feedback on it.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh.
So they came out with, what are they calling the valve?
They're like true valves. I think it's just it's regular valve, but I think they call it a true 3-inch valve.
So they have a new valve, which is larger diameter, so you can connect socketed 3-inch to it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my complaint.
Okay.
It doesn't take 4-inch over.
Oh.
So
is it 3 by 3.5? What's the outside
it's
then?
3 by nothing.
Oh, 3 by 3 then.
So it's 3-inch socket, and then the outside of it, you can't glue over.
Oh, there's none of that.
Right. Yeah. That's my complaint. So if there's any engineers listening, they need to tweak that. Because if we could get a 4-inch elbow on top.
Yeah.
You'd be the first. I mean, you're really the first, because Pentair's large valve doesn't accept 3-inch in. It's a spigoted 3-inch, so it accepts 3-inch over.
Oh, gotcha.
So I suspect, I haven't seen the head loss numbers yet, but I suspect that valve has better head loss numbers than the full flow valve.
Yeah.
So
that's
check that out.
Good to know. So I ordered you some of those after we talked last time when we were here.
Yeah.
So, I just haven't got my samples yet, but I'm glad that you bought. They told me that they gave you one on that job, but I'm glad
technically
for the
they
feedback.
gave it. Where is it? Do we have it?
What?
That valve we picked up that day, or did Chris take it?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'm gonna throw that thing on something and check it out.
Yeah.
And then you were telling me about what's the deal with the new pump? The
Omni X pump.
Maybe it's like a in between the 2.7 and the 5, right?
Oh, no. So you're talking about 2.7 and the 5 on the commercial side?
Yeah. Isn't there something in between, or isn't there a pump that you guys are working on or coming out with?
We are coming out with a variable speed one that goes in between, but we don't have it yet.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Is it going to be a 3-horse? Do you know?
I don't know what the ultimate horsepower is going to be on it yet, but I know we asked for something in between because
needed it.
Yeah, we need it. That's because we've got we got the medium head, which is whatever,
right? You
know, for fountains or whatever you might want. We got 2 of the high heads, which we got the one that would be considered the 2 and the 3, and then we basically jump to commercial. Yeah, and there was nothing in between. So
is the 5 a VS? No, single speed.
Single,
okay.
Yeah.
So you got to put a AccuDrive on it or something.
Or a variable frequency drive or something. But we do have the XL, which I was talking about earlier, which is like the power end of it is just like a 950 pump. So I
think that's what I was talking about.
Oh, then that's already out.
Okay.
But yeah. So the XL pump, the wet end is on the commercial side. So it's the actual unions are 2.5 by 3.
Okay.
And so you can get more gallons per minute through the wet end than you would a typical 950 pump.
Okay.
So, and that's the one that if you put it in the residential application, you have a 4-year warranty. But it's a lot deeper. It's much bigger than the 950 pump. So
is it as big as the 5?
Yeah. Well, it would be closer to the 5 size.
Same motor out of the 950?
Same motor as a 950.
So it's just a new wet end, new impeller, all that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's actually not new. It's just that it was just on the commercial side and we brought it into the residential fold to give it more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
So the pot side is much bigger. So you're going to have a lot less resistance when it comes to, getting 10 to 12 gallons per minute more through that than you would a 950.
And it's a variable speed?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. We're glad to know we tapped into that other. I didn't know there was another one coming in between that too.
There is, cool. Yeah, one in between. There's also what I tell a lot of people too is that the XL pump, which is commercial. We also have a complementary type of commercial on the cartridge side, which is a 700 square cartridge filter. So that has 8 cartridges inside. So you have less likely, if you have one of those large pools, it's less likely that you have to clean it as often. And all of our cartridges, doesn't matter if it's residential, small, all the way to the large commercial, they're all top manifold design. So what that means is if you're going to be running a pool, you're not running at a high speed anymore all the time because we have variable speed now, right? So if you have a 425 cartridge filter, right, and you're just going to be running it at half speed, a typical filter will fill from the bottom up. So when you're pulling those things out, those cartridges are only half dirty and you're only filtering with half of your cartridge space.
Gotcha.
So this way it goes up to the top. So it doesn't matter if you're running a low speed or if you have it on high speed, you're filtering that pool through all of that square footage. So that's, like I said, do people really care? No, but once you mention it to them, they're like, oh, well, this is the cleanliness, the sanitization side of this pool. Why not have something, that's going to be better than the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are Hayward's biggest markets?
Well, they're Texas, California,
in that order?
Florida. Oh, no. In order, I'd say would probably start with Florida, then Texas. Then I'd say California, Arizona, Nevada. So it's really the Sun Belt states. That's really where most of those dollars come from. But Hayward, being that they were established on the East Coast, their corporate office used to be in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And so the East Coast is all mainly like the Northeast and stuff. I mean, it's all Hayward. It's not dollar-wise. We could probably produce more in the Sun Belt states, but people that are just like, they know Hayward, they know they're going to put Hayward in. They have minimal competition. I'm sure people are trying to, the other manufacturers are trying to make their stamp there too. But we've been in that market for so long. It's kind of like the staple out there, as in, how Pentair is usually the West Coast because it's, where it was established and variable speed came out with them first. So it's a lot of the stuff we're always chasing that one. It's the opposite back east. But dollar-wise, as far as the market's concerned, I would say you take that Sun Belt and
it's a lot more pools.
A lot more pools, yeah.
So you guys have the huge facility here on the west side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the only one, or does every major pool market have one of those?
Well, they're starting to do these things that are called hubs, Hayward hubs, which is basically going to be a place where they might have some product that they house there, but it's going to be mainly for training purposes to make sure there's a place for people to go to do the training. But so originally Hayward had their manufacturing in Pomona, California. They closed that and moved to a distribution center that's off of 83rd and Buckeye. And that's where we also have a training facility. So anytime that we're doing a training and that's closer for people, we'll host them there, or we'll take the mobile training van and move it to, it's like a Sprinter van outfitted with
I've been
stuff.
in that one.
Yeah. So we'll move that to wherever, somebody's yard or parking lot just to go over product. But so instead of it being a manufacturing facility like we had in Pomona, the facility out in Buckeye or West Phoenix basically supplies Texas West. So anything out in these markets, we have inventory there on hand at that facility to be able to ship out to these areas. Then we've got manufacturing in North Carolina. We have manufacturing of our heaters in Tennessee. We have all of our electronics and stuff that are in Rhode Island. So all of these places where we manufacture, then we also have got distribution centers kind of all over the U.S. too, to be able to supply the different markets. So it's a mix.
It's quite the operation.
Yeah.
Just North America, or you guys are
we're everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, we're all over. I mean, we've got plants. Some of our commercial filters will come out of Spain. We have a plant Sugar Hill or something like that we own out there. We have the Hayward IMG department, which is basically all the international. So we've got sales reps in all other countries. We've got people that call in talking to a specific person that covers that country. So yeah, we're all over the place.
Nice. Have you been to all of them or?
To the facilities?
Yeah.
No, I've been to Rhode Island. I've been to North Carolina. Obviously, when I was in California, I went to Pomona. Tennessee, I was there because we had a summit there, but I actually I had to leave early, so I didn't get a chance to actually see the plant. Mm-hmm. But I love it because it's like a how's it made type of thing. So you get to walk through and actually see the lines of, equipment or product going through and stuff. And the one that I love the most is the blow mold when they did the sand filters. Because you could actually see it blow up like a balloon and then just like kind of bounce down on a little pillow. It's super cool to see. Yeah, it's nice. That's one thing. If you guys we always have tours and events and things like that. If you're ever on that side of town where you're like, I'm going to go visit family or I just want to check out North Carolina or something, if you let us know, we make sure that there's somebody there and you can tour any of one of our facilities within enough notice to be able to check it out and see. Because Tennessee's cool because it's a cool place to be.
Yeah.
But if you can couple it with something fun with the pool industry or make it a write-off or whatever, it's really, a lot of people will do that.
How close is it to Nashville?
Oh, it's not far away. It's you could drive, probably 20 minutes or something, 30 minutes maybe. Nice. Yeah, it's not far from there.
Just trying to figure out if we can make this a Nashville trip.
Yeah, you can make it.
Sounds like we can.
Yeah.
We're in.
I know. So the Hayward, the summits like where I was talking about, that's where another thing that we've created. We're going on our fourth one. So the first one was in Nashville. So what we did is we hosted everyone. They come in. We set them up at the hotel. We have, it's not a buy Hayward, rah, 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 down your throat kind of thing. It's basically more like PACE where you have a chance you have keynote speakers. You have people that are like marketing that are present in whatever, or I don't know, AI now is a big thing. So we'll bring these industry people in to have this conversation with a group of people that either are target customers or existing customers that come to this event. So it's nice as you get a chance to meet senior leadership. You also get a chance to hear what they think the market's doing. And then you also get to hear like how to diversify and change the way you're thinking or doing things within your business. So it's really kind of a networking / fun time / business type thing. So first one was in Nashville. Second one was in San Antonio. The third one we just had was in San Diego. And our last night we actually had dinner on the Midway, which was really cool.
Oh, cool.
And then
San Diego?
In San Diego, yeah. And our last one, or this next one is going to be in Savannah, Georgia. And it's right on the Riverwalk. And so we always tell people to, book your things in advance. You don't have to pay for anything. You're just basically saving your spot. And then when the time comes, whatever, a month before, you pay for it's usually like $2,000 or something. It's not that much. And then you get a chance to hang out and learn about some stuff and go to the bars in the evenings or dinner.
Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah. So that's the next one that we have. And we have that. Plus we have trips and people will earn money for, their rewards trips. So this year, Paramount trip is in Lisbon and the Hayward trip is in Punta Mita. And those are in December timeframe.
Where's that?
Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
Punta Mita.
Yeah, it's the Four Seasons. It's supposed to be fancy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. For the people that like massages and hanging out.
Jen would love that.
Yeah.
Go. Can you bring me back a towel?
Yeah.
I like those fancy.
I've never done a trip. I have so many trips banked with Paramount. And I've never.
Oh my gosh!
Take your whole family, huh?
Yeah,
take everybody.
Lisbon is the next one. You want to go to?
Is that like Portugal or something?
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it. Sort of a geographical phenomenon.
Anomaly. Yeah.
Anomaly. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for.
Wasn't PACE in Tennessee?
They did. That was
Nashville,
the first time that they moved it. Usually it's here at like Wild Horse or I don't know. It's usually here and it's been here for many, many years. But last year was the first time they moved it. And then
last year.
How was it?
Yeah. I didn't go. I guess
I didn't
I'm
go
sure
either.
it was great.
Oh yeah, we were gonna go.
We were going to go, yeah, and we didn't go. It was in November, I think, right? Or something like that.
It's something, yeah. It's kind of a tail end or tail end of the year, beginning of the following. But this year is somewhere else as well. Trying to think if I can remember where it was. But
Closer to us, or?
I'll have to get back to you on that
Okay.
one, 'cause
Yeah, I didn't
know.
get an invite, so we might not be going to that one.
You're not part of the boys club this year, huh?
No, I don't think so.
You have to spend a little bit of money.
No, they're like, we saw those drains. You're
I know.
promoting. You're
That's what
fucking
I'm
out. You're
saying.
fucking out.
They're like, yeah, he's off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and strike off anything with a buoy on the back of it.
Like when we go on a cruise, you can come kick you off it.
Yeah.
Leave you in the ocean.
Yeah.
For anybody listening that's like brand new or thinking about getting into the pool business, how do you recommend they like even find a rep? Like, how do you go about that?
The first place that anybody's ever going to go to is going to be a supply house. So wherever it is that you're purchasing your product from, that's the first place I would ask, who's the rep for A, B, C, D? Because those people call us on the daily. If there's something that's wrong, something that happened, they have a question. So that's going to be probably the place where you're going to find the most resources. And you're going to be there every day, every other day, buying something. So that's where you're going to probably find the most information as far as who can support you for product X. Then outside of that, if you belong or if you decided to belong to a chapter, whether it's UPA, IPSA, that's the next level of, hey, you can have some camaraderie. You can have whatever benefits they have, whether it's, route coverage, insurance, whatever it is that they offer. But this is where you get a chance to listen to the reps and get to know the reps because they're there explaining what they have or, what's new, what promotions we've got going on. That would be place 2. But I'd say your supply house is going to be your number one place to start asking who's who. So speaking of promotion, so earlier we were talking about, I gave you guys a couple of hats, right? So those
I didn't get a hat.
Well, it's right there.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Well, those are mine, both of them.
Yeah, I have more. You don't have to fight for it, boys. But there's 100 on the side of it because Hayward turned 100 years old this year. There's not very many companies that have, thank you, that have achieved being in business for 100 years.
Congrats.
So thank you. With that said, we have a bounty, or we have had bounties going for a long time now. I want to say maybe 2019, 20, I don't know. It's been a while. So the bounty is for us to be able to break the like for like cycle. So instead of, it's easier just to slide this same pump in here. We want to give somebody a benefit as to why pull out somebody else's pump and put ours in. And it's not just pumps. There's like over 240 items that qualify for this, commercial stuff too. So if you're pulling out a non-Hayward and putting in a Hayward, it's $50 is usually the bounty amount. But because we're turning 100 this year, we're doing 100 days of $100 until July 13th. So you just pull out, let's just say you're doing a remodel job and you're pulling out a pump, a filter, and a heater, you got $300 right there to be able to switch it to our items. So the process is easy. There's a QR code. All of the supply houses have the cards that promote this. So there's a QR code in the back where there's a URL. So you go in, you take a before picture, an after picture, and a picture of the new serial number. You upload it, and then within 3 business days, Hayward sends you an email and asks you what you want. What kind of e-card do you want? You want an Amazon card, a Visa card, a restaurant card, or you could build your bank up. And just to say, you could build it up to $1,000, $2,000, and then cash it all out at once on one item or multiple. So it's a nice way to, if you've got, I don't know, let's just say you're a bigger outfit where you have multiple people out in the field. It's a nice way for you to be able to not come out of your pocket and give it to them and say, here's your spiff. You go out there, you're in 115-degree heat, you're swapping out that pump, take these pictures, and then you can get the money back for yourself. Because it's whoever's email's in there is the person that will actually get the response, the e-card back. What do you want to do with it? So you could be, some companies say, we're doing it all in-house. I'm going to have one person do it, and then they use that for their giveaways or if they have Employee of the Year type things. And then the other way is they'll give them to each individual person that they have working for them and say, you go out and take advantage of this. You want to do it? Fine. You don't want to do it? Fine. But It's something Hayward does.
I just imagine a Dog the Bounty Hunter get up. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Some glasses.
Yes.
Is that where you were thinking?
Yeah, and pulling up to your house or your office with a bunch of pumps in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
I reckon there's about 10 grand worth of
You just
pumps
see
back there.
I have the van, driving the van, and I pull up to a place with a bunch of pumps in there. Yeah, that'd be
awesome.
hilarious.
Be cool to see who does the most, like at the end of the year or whatever.
Yeah, we get a list. I'm sure it breaks it down to who has done the most, but we get a list based us against the rest of the country to see like where we are. We're all salespeople, we all want to win. So you get to see, and usually it's us in California, and then one other one that's always at the top. I don't know if it's Texas or the Northwest, but they're always number one on there, and we're usually 2 or 3. But it's
lame.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
We have to work harder.
What else is good with Hayward? Anything else you want to share with the listeners?
Yeah, well, so run down on a couple of new things. So I want to actually ask Justin, do not be offended or appalled. Did you put in the heat pump yet?
Where is the heat pump? It was supposed to get delivered to my house. Call Mike.
Oh,
Mike.
No. Yeah, he's right.
No, it
I
was
think everybody's involved.
It was
in that.
supposed to be at my house to be installed, but I don't think we made it that far.
Oh, okay.
You were supposed to clear space for it. Did you clear space for it?
We were supposed to clear space for it.
Oh.
Let me give you the short answer. No, it's not installed yet, but it's ready.
Yeah.
It's ready.
All right. I wanted to know.
Done.
Obviously, I want to know in the midst of summer.
Yes,
what
how
you
it
think
cools.
about it. Yes.
Oh, we're gonna test.
Okay.
Oh, cools too.
Yeah.
So the thing
It's
about
not cool. It's chill.
Yeah, I don't want to put words in Hayward's mouth,
Go
but
ahead.
apparently in all temperatures it doesn't matter. This thing cools down to like 32.
40.
Just kidding. What's the ambient temperature? But the big difference is this thing, right? It works in a lower ambient temperature.
Well, yeah. So when you're when it's going to fire on the heat side of things,
Mhm.
it'll fire at 40 degrees ambient temperature. And that's on the heating side. Now, it's used to be just about 50 when we had our older style. So this one is completely redesigned microchannel. The cool thing about the way that these fins are is it's not like an air conditioning unit or the old style where you could put your fingers in there and the fins all kind of lay
Bend.
down.
Yeah.
That's not the case. The way that the microchannel is, it goes across 2 channels. So it's very hard to actually do anything to damage the fins. So that's a sidebar. But the main thing is that it's a heating and a chill. And on the chill side, on a small body of water like a spa, for example, it can chill down to 40 degrees. So if you wanted to do a cold plunge type of application, you could do that with this unit. And last year, what I was explaining to you when we were here last time is we had a guy that had, I don't know, probably a 700-gallon, maybe 600-gallon spa, but he had it 115 degree ambient temperature. He ran it for 10 hours, got to 40 degrees, and it stayed 40 degrees for 3 days straight with 115 degree ambient.
Wow.
Then the overflow from the spa into the pool.
It's like a big cold plunge.
It is a big cold plunge. And then so the overflow from the spa to the pool got that pool down to 76. So they're talking about making it more refreshing to swim. I don't mind the hot water when I get into my pool. That's my thing.
I like mine 90.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
good
I
with that.
hate it.
I hate cold water.
Dude, it's like August here. Pools to me are unusable. Like it's no fun sweating your ass off and getting into another warm body of water.
Yeah.
Like what fun is that?
Yeah.
That's your prerogative.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like mine like bath water.
I do too.
Really?
I do. I like mine
That's so
90.
dumb.
What an idiot.
Just kidding.
You're so dumb. But
I hope
no,
it works.
It does. Well, this is the thing is that I was not going to stand behind such a thing. I'm like, I'm going to need to wait till it goes through a summer here in Arizona
Mhm.
before I'm like, yeah, you know what? It works. And it works. And I've had nothing. I mean, there's some places, obviously, you've got some, higher elevations and things like that. A heat pump's always going to have caveats, right? A heat pump isn't, okay, I'm going to get my spa to 110 degrees in 45 minutes. That's not the case. It's going to extend your swimming season. That's what it's there for. But the main thing is for us, if like we're telling people this is what it can do in X given amount of time, and we've got a calculator on our website that you can go and say, okay, at this kind of ambient temperature, what kind of runtime do I have before, it's going to achieve my temperature? and they can figure it out. Because just like you said earlier about the pool, you're going to look at equipment and say the equipment's crap, but you don't know what's going on beyond that. It could be the plumbing, it could be this, it could be that, the other. So there's a lot of times you have to take into account all the different things that are going on in the environment, the type of pool. Do you have it covered? Do you not have it covered? Blah, 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 for it to actually, achieve what it needs to achieve.
Is elevation a thing for those?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them don't fire in certain elevations. Same with heaters. There's elevation issues when you get past a certain, you need a kit to make sure that it actually fires because the air's thinner.
That is insane, though. 3 consecutive days?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
They were running it the whole time.
We'll test it.
Yeah.
We'll give it a real test.
You get back to me on
I will.
it. You
I
tell
will.
me what you think.
We'll have a follow-up episode.
Greg, get in it.
Yeah.
Greg, go ahead.
I know.
You like cool pools.
we heard it right here on the radio.
Time to get chill.
Or the podcast. So the other thing that Hayward has that's new is OmniX pump. So the OmniX pump is like if you got a pool only type of situation where you really don't care to need automation. This is a Bluetooth. It comes with a Bluetooth adapter that's already on the pump. And then you could also order a gateway. The gateway is the beginning of the ecosystem that Hayward's trying to build. So eventually all of our displays, all of our interfaces are going to be the same. And so between a pump or a heater or, lights are a little bit different. That technology has to be built inside of it. But basically what it does is just like you've got a Google mesh system and you add a Nest or add something, your device, your gateway or whatever will say, hey, you added something on here. Do you want to accept it? And you say yes. So this is the same concept where we're not getting away from automation, but there are people that just want to be able to turn on their pump, turn on their lights. They don't want all of the craziness of automation and the expense, let's say. So this is a great one for a drop-in replacement to a single speed pump that they want to have some control. And the OmniX app gives them full control to make it a variable speed pump. They can set schedules. They can invite, like if it's an Airbnb, let's say, they can invite guests for a temporary amount of time, or their pool guy. It's usually this guy, but now this guy is there. So he has a week access to be able to get to the app. Bluetooth picks up right away. The gateway works really well. So we baited it out here with a few guys and great positive results. So
feels like an answer to the IF3.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't have, we're not doing the relays and all, that stuff in the back.
Right.
That kind of stuff. It really is just going to be a self-sustained beginning of the ecosystem. Because again, if we do the pump next, or we do the heater next, or we do lights next, then it's basically you have one gateway, and that's going to be the way that it's going to communicate with each other. So it's, Internet of Things, the IoT side of things, where they're just kind of building that out.
Nice.
But again, like I said, we're not getting away from automation because, if you need actuators, if you're doing something that's crazy bells and whistles, you're still going to need automation for that sort of thing. But
the
this
big
is
dog.
Simple. Yeah.
Add some AI to that thing in the future.
Mm-hmm,
sure,
exactly.
It's already on its way.
That is the future, right?
That is the future.
Do you guys take that serious at Hayward?
Yep. Well, our whole thing last time is all about AI and how it's changing everything and teaching it because, you're going to get the result out of it that you put into it. So if I say, oh, JMax is the best plumber out there, don't you think? It'll go back and turn around and say, yes, I do agree. Da, 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 da. But
let's ask it right now.
Yeah, let's
That's
see
because
what
I whipped
says.
it into shape.
Yeah, exactly. You're teaching it and explaining to it. So it's going to be
beating it.
You're beating it down like, yeah.
You're
But
nothing but microchips and silicon.
But the main thing for us is being able to have something where it doesn't matter what time of day, is having AI as an option for response time for technical calls. So that's going to be a big thing because right now you have to wait until we're up, East Coast, West Coast, whatever. Being able to have somebody that can take a basic technical call. You might not think it's basic, but like we might think AI can take care of these amount of things, and have somebody be able to call at whatever given time, answer it, and be able to keep picking up call after call after call, no breaks, no nothing. It's not that we're eliminating tech. Tech is still there because there's stuff that's above what AI can do. But that is a good entry level for us to be able to get a lot of people serviced, let's say, that are looking for quick and easy answers. So,
But it's your information, though.
yeah, no, it's us putting all the manuals. We're definitely have to go through fine tooth comb, make sure everything is in there correctly. So we're not giving like just random off the wall, but it's all over.
Light it on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure your hands are wet.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't turn off breakers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be part of the technology we use. We might be down the road something we implement to equipment, things of that nature. Also, when it comes to the warranty side of things, being able to have something that, maybe AI, when they went through the process, it said, oh, you know what? Looks like this is a warranty issue. We want me to pass it on to dispatch. So it could be something that kind of closes the loop on a lot of things where it's right now human needed, but it could be something that could be used in our benefit to help people.
Be nice one day where it just kind of does its own self-diagnosis. I just walk up to him and be like, what the is wrong with you?
That'll be sketchy.
I'd love the machine to say, you're doing it wrong.
Poor plumbing. You don't say. Who did it?
Yeah. But my whole thing I'm going to pull up my questions, but my whole thing for you guys is
serious.
To feel, it's serious. I wrote it down. Is to feel like, the Hayward people, they're not scary. They're cool. They're not arrogant. They're approachable, and be able to say, not every single job. I would love it if you guys decided, oh yeah, every single job I'd put this and I put that or whatever. I mean, I've told you guys when I look at your Instagram, some things that is like breaks my heart to see some things, because it's like, we've got that too. I just want to make sure that you all know that, we do have those things. We do have the service after the sale, for anybody listening too, is that it's like, we are, a viable, very good, well-rated company with great products. And you would see once, you get involved with us that I feel like you would benefit from the service after the sale once you dive into the idea of it being a little bit different than what you're used to. So,
yeah, I'll say we have very little control, right? Sometimes of, you see that stuff on Instagram. Usually the builders are...
When it's the builders building, we don't have any control, but yeah, on our owner builder stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm staring at them right now. Hard eyes.
Maybe Greg, why do you keep denying all these Hayward purchase advance questions?
I'm sorry. We can cut some of it out. To be perfectly honest, I just, I have like no experience with Hayward. Dolphins Hayward, right?
Yeah. You know what's funny? When I came up in the industry, everything was Hayward. Mm-hmm. Everything. Like when I was like young, I started in 98 or 2000. So like I feel like everything I knew back then was Hayward and A&A, and now it's so different. Mm. It's just like the ebbs and flows, right? Mm-hmm. I do feel like you guys are picking up a lot of headway, though.
Good. I'm glad you guys see that.
Or you just happen to be like aligning with builders because now we have Morris, we have Sun State, we have Dolphin. There's quite a few that are using all Hayward. As a matter of fact, if you look in our warehouse right now, it's all Hayward.
Oh,
the whole thing.
I love it.
Yeah, there's probably 10 pallets of Hayward.
Take a photo.
We'll say though that the Hayward stuff does look much sexier, like plumbed in. Like
I like it.
The black pipes and the gray. I dig it. I think it looks
okay.
It looks rad.
Well, good. We got a plus from Greg.
All right. Yeah. That's hard to get.
Yes, I know.
Trust me. Trust me.
What is what spray paint? What is the actual color? Do
Hayward
you guys
taupe.
Have
Hayward taupe. Exactly.
Hayward.
Yeah, it's Hayward taupe. But what's funny about that is that you
it's called taupe.
It is called taupe, but now our filters are all black. So taupe has kind of gone away. There's a little bit on the heater. The heater's still taupe color. So there is Hayward taupe. You could still obviously use that. I mean, black would probably work fine too, but out here it's so hot. So it's probably not the best.
I'm assuming taupe is that gray color.
It is weird. Brown. When I think of taupe, I think of like more of like a maroon, but
maroon.
But that's what it is, the gray.
Right? Isn't that what taupe is? Kind of like something in there.
I thought it was like more red.
It's more brown. It's
brown.
I don't know. I guess I could show you a picture of taupe in the catalog.
But what you're talking about is it's gray, right? It's like the more...
It's more on the gray side. If you looked at the Hayward taupe one out of the spray can, it does look more gray.
Looks good though, because it's like more flat, like looking.
Yeah, I like it. I wish if we had the chance to color our products different color, I wouldn't choose more of that color versus it being
Just old black.
black.
Yeah.
Oh, we've played with different things here, just, having fun. We've done like Louis Vuitton
Skins.
Ooh,
print
nice.
skins on filters would be
That'd
pretty
be
sweet.
really cool.
But not Louis Vuitton.
not
be
Louis, yeah.
Bowie.
J
Louis Vuitton.
Vuitton, yeah.
Bowie Button.
We actually have a J
The
Max.
J and the X.
We do.
Do
we
you?
have it.
We do have a
You have
monogram
like a
pattern.
stencil? Oh, like a step repeat type thing?
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
It's for our
Yeah.
women's purse line. Yeah. Just kidding.
If all this fails, you can still have your purses.
You know what this just made me think of? You can edit this out, but you know what this just made me think? Step and repeat reminded me of our holiday party. We should have our holiday party sponsored by a manufacturer
You
Dude, we
should.
totally should.
because that's our biggest spend of the freaking year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you guys go? Like what kind of place?
Historically, we've been going to probably the last 4 years. We go to Enchiladas over here, this big restaurant when they have a big event space there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a big deal. Have you seen our Christmas party
I'm gonna have
videos?
to look it up.
It's
Crazy.
It's a big deal.
It's a very big,
Months of
very
preparation.
expensive.
Really?
We do like big, huge raffles, and
Mm.
man, that's
mean,
it. There's actually
big-
just raffles, but no, I'm
Like
just kidding.
biggest TVs you've
we
ever
do
seen.
we
in
do
your
like an
life.
award
Like,
ceremony.
crazy.
Like all of our guys get awards.
that's
I got an award.
Nice. You got yourself an award.
I didn't get it. They surprised me with
Oh, they gave you an award.
it.
You earned it.
It's for Microsoft Excel use.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah,
You learned something.
it's an inside joke here, but
But we have to show you like our Gold Cutters Award. I mean, it's
we'll show you the
freaking
video.
Yeah,
It is legit. I mean,
really.
it's like this high off the ground, and the guys that won it, Caesar and Diego, they won it back-to-back years.
Nice.
Yeah,
They
they're
just
like
started it last year, but
they're like powder coated gold official cutters, like in a whole like
like a
acrylic display.
plaque base. Yeah.
it's
That's
pretty-
awesome. I bet you they don't use them, huh?
No,
It's so fancy.
no way, no
Yeah.
way.
You're like, this is not for day-to-day use.
I would
Anyway, I digress.
legit have a heart attack if I ever saw.
So you guys start planning that like in summertime?
We started planning last year in like September, October. This year, we're going to start in like June. I feel like we're going
Wow.
to start like
Shit.
next month.
That's close. Yeah.
I feel like I wanted to start planning it the day after
It was crazy.
because
last
it's
year
always
was,
so crazy.
last year was the craziest. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
sorry.
awesome. Yeah.
So we're gonna need some money.
Sure. So what
at
you're
the end of
trying
the
to
year.
tell me is
So anyway, our relationship going forward really hinges on how this next party
I will
goes.
buy product only if.
You
that
see
would
me
be
show up
cool.
tomorrow in full Hayward, like the NASCAR truck, like you said.
Damn.
You know, I thought about some things overnight, and
Like the truck is wrapped.
Yeah.
Everything in 24 hours.
yeah, Monica's face on the hood.
Not so bad.
That's hilarious.
Gonna move next to their distribution center.
Yep.
All that.
We have a warehouse space for you and everything.
Perfect.
No
Perfect.
problem.
Since we're talking about, I'm just curious. If you were to do that, do the companies usually come to the Christmas party? I would think, right?
I would think they would, yeah.
To.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just hand you off here you go.
Here's your $10,000.
Yeah.
I hope you use it. Oh.
I'm going to stand up there, wait for my award is what I'll be doing.
Yeah. No.
Best rep award.
Yeah.
Didn't you win best rep?
2021. Yes.
Full Nation. Yes, Full Nation. I was nominated by who knows. They never tell you who nominates you.
Mm.
But yes, I got the best rep award from them. And
I heard it was a blowout.
That's what
Nobody
he said.
even came close.
That's what he said. That's what Edgar says. But so yeah, I got that from them, and I call it the People's Choice Award because my company, I've been nominated twice. But I haven't won, and I know, how dare they?
Bullshit.
But this one, it's like it's my customers, or that to me spoke more volumes that they went out of their way to vote for me versus just, oh, you didn't, your sales were like this and this was like this, but so did everybody else, so they won versus you winning. When it comes to Hayward,
That's awesome.
like I said, it's a sales thing for us to want more, achieve and show all that we're doing our job.
I kind of want to go and hopefully somebody says something about Pool Chasers or J-Max and I can go up there and slap them.
What do you
Be
mean?
like, keep my name out of your mouth.
Are you talking about the Pool Nation Awards?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the Will Smith thing.
Oh,
just-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just
like
march
Chris
up
Rock.
there and just smack somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do that. I'm just
Thank
kidding.
you.
Yeah.
I'm sure they
You
would
just got
like that.
uninvited from
Yeah.
anybody's list.
You know that nobody's going to say you're J-Max ever again now. because of that.
Okay. Well, good thing I edit this. So.
I'm taking this part out. Yeah.
Say somebody else's name. But
oh gosh.
Anything else, Monica?
Oh, I have my questions.
Okay.
And you can edit it out if you want or not.
Ready.
But this is so what is your guys' biggest ick when you're interviewing somebody?
Biggest ick.
Yeah. Like something that's
a good one. All right. Yeah. You know what I think?
Short answer.
I don't know if that's kind of what I was going to say. I think we get some people who are so guarded and like it's a very like a stereo manual answer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably it. I don't know if I call it an ick, but
I would, because sometimes I get such a weird explanation after we ask a question where I'm a little bit confused of what
sometimes you forget what the question started as. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. So I think a very monotone textbook answer sucks.
Yeah. It almost leaves you to not like, where do we go?
Well, you know what? Like we talk about all the time, like, you know, obviously like we have sponsorships, right? And people come on and they have like a script that they have to get out. And so it kind of takes away from the authenticity of the podcast.
Yeah.
And authenticity is very important here, especially to Greg.
Yeah.
So
it causes people to be really like short. We'll just be like,
oh, we get absolutely eviscerated online sometimes for like anything. Oh yeah. It's like, they're just doing that. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, when we were asking, you know, how do you want this freestyle or whatever? And I was like, yeah, I love just having a conversation and just talking about stuff that organically just leads to the next to the next. Yeah. And I think it shows better, or people might be bored out of their mind, but I think that if anything,
if they are, they've already shut this off.
I know, I was going to say, but it's nice because you don't know, it's a conversation versus it being pointed and I know I need to talk about A, B, and C, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But what are you going to accidentally say?
I don't know.
You accidentally said the truth about something? Like,
yeah.
My last question is somebody posed this to me one time, and I always ask everybody this, is would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Easy for me. 100 duck-sized horses.
That's what I said.
Same.
Really? Everybody always says one duck to me, or one horse-sized duck.
That's crazy. They kill you, trample you right away. Immediately.
Exactly. And 100 little, yes.
I could clear 100 duck-sized horses.
Oh yeah,
immediately.
Kick the shit out of them, dude.
This is the first time uniformity has happened to me. Oh, makes sense. Thank God we ended on a good note.
Did you see the gorilla thing?
I
did 100. Yeah, 100 people can hold down a gorilla or fight a gorilla or something.
Yeah, but did you see they lost? And my comment is that wasn't 100 versus 1. That was 100 one-on-ones back to back. None of those men grouped together and attacked that gorilla.
Oh, no, that's how I saw it. 100 together with one. But it was one-on-one?
Yeah, if you watch, did you see the video?
I didn't see it. I just read it, but I didn't see it. No.
Greg, dang it. So the big thing on the internet lately has been 100 men versus a gorilla, and they did like AI did like a sequence of it to see what would happen. Like somebody posed a question, AI show us what would happen. Yeah. And it's like one guy runs up, gets killed. One guy runs up, gets killed.
Oh, yeah.
There was no like conformity. Like you put 100 guys against a gorilla. Yeah, we're going to sacrifice a few, but we're not leaving here without a dead gorilla.
Dude, there's no way. I feel like a gorilla could just go through a city like downtown and just take out
100 people. You can smother it. You ever seen bees smother?
Yeah.
Like and kill it by heat?
Exactly.
I mean, we can kill it. I mean, no problem.
Well, I mean, somebody probably shoot it eventually, but
anyway.
What is what was the reason for that question? What's the right answer?
There isn't a right answer.
We gave the right answer.
That right answer is exactly what we said.
What you think you can do?
Yeah. I think it's just like what everybody's spin is on, okay, you got one thing that you can bob and weave and get around, or do you see it as a lot of smaller things you can just kick through them, no problem?
I'm not scared of a duck.
Just something to think about, I guess. I don't know who ever asked me that question, but it's stuck with me since. So
Greg will have nightmares tonight.
I feel like there's more to that. Now, yeah, I'm just thinking about little horses. Like maybe they are strong. Maybe they can hold me down and just
buck the crap out of you.
Justin was able to kick the shit out of him. I'm taken down. God damn it.
Okay.
I did have one more. I was going to say I was going to end on the fact that you guys were all on the same uniform as me, or unified front.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last question that I had that was on my list is something that I saw on the show You're the Worst. The question was, do you wash your legs in the shower?
Oh no. Anything below the men's waist is just the water gets it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Do you wash your legs in the shower?
With soap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, no way, dude. There's a thing online and it shows like a man and it's like areas he uses soap and it shows like this area, and everything else, the water just gets it.
Yep.
Do you wash your back?
Dude, I specifically step out of the way and soap suds everywhere, bottom of my feet, everywhere.
Wow.
Bottom of your feet?
Yeah.
I do. That's like a once a month gift for me.
Dangerous.
That is dangerous. What kind
And
of
I don't let, and it's pretty tight, dude. I'm in the corner making sure that the water doesn't.
Don't go to jail,
get
bro.
off.
It's way too long in the shower.
Excuse me?
Don't go to jail. It's way too long in the shower. Ooh, somebody sees you soaping up the bottom of your feet.
Exactly.
Man.
Oh
Dude,
my gosh.
that would be rough because do they still do the soap on a rope or whatever?
But
Because
if they don't,
I'm
still
used to
do
the
it
bottle-
myself.
the bottled soap.
Do you wash your legs?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm going to watch my wife.
Like,
the next time.
like literally though, like I have to say though, if I was like gardening or doing some work, and I know
For
that,
sure.
if
For
my
sure.
legs are a mess, but if it's today where this is what I'm wearing all day long and I'm taking a shower, the soap that rolls off has got the legs.
Oh, that's
I am the same way. If I'm like outside cutting the grass in shorts, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But no, the answer is no.
No.
so I'm the weird one for washing.
You're actually
washing
I'm
my
so proud of
entire
you.
body.
I'm so
The fact-
proud of you.
The bottom of your feet, that really took me like,
Do you get between your toes?
I mean, I don't like, you know.
I'm just trying to understand how far it goes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it goes
fair.
far. I don't want to tell all my secrets
goes
on
far.
here, but hopefully people aren't shaming me. Like,
That's
know?
weird.
if they're going to shame somebody, it'd probably
Do
be
you
us.
you think most people wash? What did they say on where you heard it?
There was a 50-50 between the two that they were talking to.
So 50% were lying?
No, yeah, 50, exactly. But then when they asked more people, was a no washing of the legs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're going to start. You know
Whoa.
what we're going to do? We're going to start asking a question on every podcast.
Yeah.
We should ask Monica our ending question that we always ask,
Yeah.
but we'll add this to our ending question.
Okay.
So I do have an ending question for you.
All right.
Favorite pool you've ever been to? Like it could be a pool you enjoy, a pool
well,
you've seen.
I'll tell you, not too long ago, I went to a Morris pool, Daniel Morris.
Weber, I'm sure.
It was in Gilbert.
That one's amazing.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
I mean, I could not, when I looked, and he's like, this is not even how nice it looks, because at certain times of the day, how the
Right.
the cloud coverage and everything. I mean, glass.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's a nice pool.
Very nice. That one that stands right off, the top, if
Yeah.
I'd say. I'm sure that there's others. There was a guy in Newport Beach that had a pool that was amazing also. I'd say that would be next, but something recent, I'd say the Morris pool.
Well, thank you so much, Monica.
Thank you,
Really
guys.
appreciate you being on the show. This was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you guys like it.
And look forward to having you back on.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thanks,
Hopefully it
Monica.
doesn't take as long next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.